Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio, where we are still talking skulls and brains. Yep, this is the last time I'm gonna pour anything for the craft convention because I need to start getting the pieces ready for that, which means I gotta finish them all. So I will still be doing Turtle Tortoise Tuesday, coasting through the week, and of course Froggy Friday, but I will not be pouring anything else for the craft convention unless I have a little bit of leftovers. That just, at this point, that's where I'm at. So I am mixing up. I have the mixer going. It's got about 15 ounces in it. This one's got 400 milliliters in it. I just want to get this done. I already put the brain into this skull from yesterday. It was that blue-black one. We're gonna be using like a bronze and an orange today, but obviously not in this first pour because you would never see the skull, and that's kind of the point. So I pour all of these with the brain clear, and then I have the other mold, which I've been doing with the color. So that's what we're gonna do. Bond Craftor 1-to-1, as always, because they are the best. I get the best results. I don't get bubbles. I've said this a million times. I am a Bond Craftor for life resin user because I just think it's superior quality to the other things. The only time I'm going to be purchasing other things is if it's like polyurethane, which Bond Craftor doesn't have at this point, or an eco resin. Now, as a matter of fact, I have a new, I won't say eco resin because that's not how it's listed, but it came off Amazon and it's 4 pounds and it's super cheap for, how much you get. So I am going to give it a try. We'll probably be pouring this week with one of them, whether it's Turtle Tortoise Tuesday or coasting through the week or Froggy Friday. Somebody's going to get some eco pour stuff this week because I really do want to try it out. I don't have the big mixer going because I forgot to charge it. Actually, I was pulling, I left it to cure last night to see how much residual resin I could get out of it. And, it was quite a lot. So, I'm still pouring stuff out of it. But, I do have it charging. So, here we go. Brain. This is the mold for the brain. It is separate. You pour it, and then you place it in the skull, and it does not fit down in there all the way. It's not supposed to, because then the resin goes underneath it and up around it, and that's what encases the brain. As always, I have the J. Diction leveling table under here. There's a Timu heat mat under here, but I only use that one if I am needing to heat up resin for something or other. Otherwise, I have my big, food heating mat, which I've told you all how much I love, because it's bigger, it works better, you have temperature control. I like it, You know, my suggestion to the company, and I have a couple different ones, not all from the same company, but I am going to set this over here on the heat mat, and I'm going to let it degas. My heat mat at this point is not on. I don't do that till after I get off camera. I'll watch for bubbles. There'll be a few that pop up because the resin is just degassing. By the way, hate them. These Huggies Simply Clean. It's no wonder my kids, I didn't use Huggies when they were little. We didn't have all the options you guys had. But my kids were allergic to Huggies, so Huggies wasn't something. I bought these off of Amazon because I thought that they were on sale, that's why. And I hate them. Every time you try and use them, they just rip. So Huggies Simply Clean, no. I won't buy them again. Alright, so we have about 200 milliliters left here. I'm gonna do the bronze. And this one I haven't opened, haven't used it yet. I'm trying to pack, get the craft convention stuff done, get all of the collaborations done. I'm going to do those because I like doing them. They're a lot of fun. But in the middle of it all, I'm trying to pack. So, hey. Let's see what this bronze looks like. Let's see where that gets us. And then, nope, not that one. This is the Resin Rockers White Sparkle. That's not the exact name of it, but I can't remember what it is. But it's a I can't speak. It's very popular on Resin Rockers. And I know why, because it is very pretty. And you don't need much, it lasts forever. Like, I just got a bag of it and I'm still using it, and that was, I don't know, mid last year when I picked it up, and I still have that whole jar, plus I'm sure there's a couple other of those smaller jars in my tray over here. Just so happened the one I picked up was empty, so I just went for the jar. It was in my reach. Look at that color. That's a super pretty bronze. And that is what I'm going to use for this. I just got a piece of resin out of there. Let me grab, where's that other cup? This one. I'm going to drain off my paddle. Oh, I just saw another piece of resin. I thought I got all of them out of there. Apparently I did not. That's okay, because I'll get it here in just a second. There. Yep, right here. There we go. Oh, there's another one. My pup is shedding. Okay. So this skull is just going to get poured in this really pretty bronze. I think I need a little bit more for this skull. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and we'll just deal with it. But I don't think 200 quite fills it. There we go. There we go. Let's see here. I might need a little bit more. Looks like it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour straight clear in here. And I'm hoping we get some crackling going on. We'll see. Okay. I'm an old school resin person, like I said. I do not have a debubbler or a vacuum chamber. My lupus might be kicking in. I'm a little stressed moving and packing and everything, and it wouldn't surprise me if I have a lupus flare, but I'm trying not to. But I notice my voice is starting to do some cracking, and that's usually my first indication, because that's one of the first things that my lupus likes to attack. I'm going to move this over to the heat mat, and I'm going to top it off. Okay. Make sure I have these setting nice and level. Now, that being said, off the Vine program, I did get sent a debubbler. And I'm going to open up that box and show you guys. It's not a brand I've heard of. I have not looked them up to see if this is because they are new and they don't have any reviews, or if they have poor reviews and don't think that they deserve that. I have not looked that up. I don't like to look that up ahead of time because I want my opinion to be completely unbiased. That is what it's supposed to be. So I don't look any of that stuff up until after I'm done and I've formed my opinion about it. Same thing with the air purifier over here that I have been testing now for probably a month, and I can't say that it's better than the Resoners one because I don't have the Resoners one. I have nothing to compare it to. I will tell you that it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the Resoners one because it's a lot cheaper, obviously. The only thing I can say about it is that it does have, because I did go and compare them before I even thought about using this for resin. I did go and look up the types of filters, and the filter on this one, which the brand name on it is Vendfo, Vendfo. It does have the same filter system in it. Like the filter, it has the 3 filters just like Resoners does. Of course, because it is a lot cheaper and it was not created for resin specifically, it does not have the whole bells and whistles about, sorry, I'm trying to think what I'm doing here. I'm going to pour one more brain, and I'm going to make him orange. It doesn't have the readouts like the Resoners one does, of course, because it's not really made for resin. That's not how they advertise it. When I saw it was on there and I looked at that it had the 3 different filters, and I did go and compare the filters to the Resoners one, and as far as I can tell, it's the same filters. So I decided to give it a try. Now, as everybody has said that has gotten the Resoners one, their Resoners one turns completely red very, very quickly when you spray alcohol. Now, of course, like I said, it does not have the readouts or anything like that, but I will tell you that this one, when I mean, you guys know, when you spray the 99% alcohol or 100% alcohol, whatever you use, the 91%, it's really bad. Really, I mean, you immediately smell it, and it's kind of overpowering. All I can attest to is when I spray alcohol, this one, I can tell the difference. The alcohol doesn't smell nearly as strong to me. And there are days when I've forgotten to turn it on and I was pouring, and then immediately because I'm not used to having one, immediately when I sprayed the alcohol, I was like, oh my God, that's so strong. And then I would remember to turn this one on. And I can tell you there's a difference in alcohol smell. Can I tell you it's the same as the Resoners one? No, because I don't have all the readouts and anything like that. But in my opinion, I mean, there's no way I could ever afford the Resoners one. They're like, I think last time I checked, they're like $200. I mean, that's more than my monthly budget for resin and stuff. So, you know, I just can't afford the Resoners one. So, my opinion on this one is I can't tell you for sure if they're doing the same, but I can tell you the alcohol is less offensive. And in my opinion, something is better than nothing. So yes, I do try to remember, and I did before I came on today, I did start it up. Now, I know that the Resoners one is a lot louder, because I've heard the people who use it, you know, I can hear it in their backgrounds. I don't know if you guys can hear mine in the background. It's sitting right here, like I can reach it right now. Like, it's an arm length away from me. And it's on full speed. I always turn it on full speed, which is 3 on this one. The only buttons that this one has is the on button. It has, and I'm gonna just pour clear and see if I can crackle this brain. It has an on button. It has a button for the ambient light, because this one, when they put it out for testing, I'm sure they put out the one they had the most of. It has Halloween jack-o'-lantern faces at the bottom of it that light up. I could care less whether it has jack-o'-lantern faces or not. That, you know, that doesn't matter to me. It was probably one that they put out at, obviously, at Halloween. Oh, I feel this little hole to move. Here we go. And that's probably the one they had the most of, so, you know, that's the one they were putting out for testing. It seems I did recently go and look just to see if they had reviews or not. They didn't seem to have many reviews when I checked, so I'm gonna say, you know, I mean, they don't tell us why they're put out for testing, but in the Vine program, you find a lot of brand new. Okay, we have got about 7 ounces left. I am gonna pour this bowl. I think that these are really pretty, and I am going to do 2 colors. So I'm looking for, here we go. I don't like to mix color in my mixer cups. So so it has that button. It has a fan speed on it, which is 1 through 3. It doesn't have an auto like the Resoners one, where it, you know, it turns on faster or whatever. I just, when I turn it on, I put it on the highest fan speed, which is 3. And then the other button on it is the timer. And this one goes 2, 4, or 8 hours. Or I suppose if you don't put the timer button on, it'll just be on all the time. I haven't tried that yet. But I know you don't have to put the timer on for it to work. So I think that that's just the continuous one. So that's all I can say about it. Is, you know, something's better than nothing, in my opinion. So I do have that. Like I said, I'll unbox the debubbler and we can take a look at it, and I've never used one, you know. Like I said, I'm an old school resiner. We didn't have those things back in the day. And yeah, I'll try it out. I don't know. I don't know how exactly I'm going to compare it, because I haven't figured that out yet, because with Bond Crafter, I don't get bubbles. So it's going to be a little more difficult to try it out. So what I may do is buy like a small thing of resin, like a cheap resin, not you know, expensive or anything, but a cheap resin, and see if I can tell a difference. As far as if it's getting out bubbles. Now, of course, I'll put the Bond Crafter in it and see what it does, but like I said, that would be extremely hard for me to tell, because I don't have problems with Bond Crafter resin. You've seen me pour, you know, demold a million things since I've been using Bond Crafter, and I just don't get the bubbles unless it's something weird like that turtle with no head, which, by the way, it wasn't just Tim and I had another person comment on that video that said when they poured it the first time, the same thing happened to them. So it's not a Tim and I thing. It's that mold. I mean, once you know that and you realize that, like, I poured it the second time and I was successful, you know. But if you have that turtle box off of Amazon, now the person that made the comment on my video said hers was a pink mold. Mine is actually a clear white mold. But I want to say you could get it in the pink too, because there was a mold I bought recently where you could get it in the pink, and I just automatically got it in the clear. I didn't even, and that may have been the one, I'm not sure. But she said the same thing happened to her, as she demolded a turtle with absolutely no head. I mean, it's the craziest thing. I've been doing resin since 2017 on a pretty regular basis, and not once have I ever just had the head gone, missing, MIA. It was when I pulled that and demolded that, I think if you watch that video, you understand. I was a little confused. And then I was like, I wonder, because I had just watched Tim, the Base Resonator channel. I had just watched his video like a day or two before that, and I thought, well, that's a crazy ass mold that would come out with, you know, just with absolutely no head. And then after mine came out like that, I was like, I wonder if this is the same mold that Tim had. And sure enough, it was. And then the person who commented on my video was like, you do realize that's the same mold that Tim had? And I said, well, I do now. I'm gonna put this over here on the heat mat. And like I said, it's not on yet. I just let everything degas, and I don't turn on my heat mat until I'm off the live and I've cleaned up my stuff, and then I can, you know, turn it on, and my stuff has had time to degas. So I have a little bit of resin left here in both colors. Let's see, I have some little molds here. We'll pour this little skull because this is a very, very popular one at the craft shows for me. This is a little Resin Rockers mold. This mold you can actually use with UV resin. I've done it. Resin Rockers, it's on their website for UV resin. And I've actually done it with UV, and yeah, it cures just fine. No problems. I also have the little INTORESIN turtle mold right here. And I think we're going to pour him with both colors. Put him on the mat. Let's see, what? I'm dwindling my molds down to very little because I'm starting to put them away, so I don't have a bunch over here. Still, they're in their drawers and they're ready to be, you know, transported to Austin. Let's see, a little turtle. So I've only kept out some little ones, and then like my coaster mold for coasting through the week, my frog mold, of course, and my turtle molds. So, including the new turtle box, which I'll do again I'll do this week for Turtle Tortoise Tuesday, and hopefully, you know, I have a head. Well, I have learned my lesson and how to pour that. Here's a little perfume bottle. I'm going to cover this in rhinestones and actually make a mold from it with that, because I got, you know, a ton of that crazy ass 15A silicone rubber mold making material. I now know not to do a, you know, like a 3D mold in it that's tall. So I will, I'm going to try and make a little mold, flat style. Let's see. Let me see what other molds I have over here. Oh, there's my other turtle. Oh, I love these guys too. I have just a basket with a few left. This is the same as that last turtle I just poured. It was a 2-pack, so I do have 2 of these. There we go. I love these little guys. They make great little pendants. So I'm gonna pour 2 in orange and 2 in the browns. Ooh. Do my resin like a cake batter. Pound it. Bring up the air bubbles. Okay, still have a little reach left. Oh, I know. I have some more INTORESIN molds. Let's see. Okay, these are little round ones, and you've got a pig, a chick, a bear, and a cat. And this is an INTORESIN one. So then we pour these. We'll see how many we can pour. Scrape your cups, resin's expensive. Now, because I do not wear gloves, and we've discussed why, because I have really bad neuropathy and I can barely feel anything as it is, let alone trying to do stuff with gloves on. So, because I don't, and just so everybody knows, I've never had a reaction to resin or anything. When I'm done with cleaning out all my cups and all that good stuff, I actually spray my hands thoroughly with alcohol, and I clean my hands with alcohol. Does it make my skin dry? Not really. I just use it to make sure that I get all of that, in case I did get it on my hands, off. So that's just what I do. I know there are lots of people out there that are actually allergic to resin, whether it be UV, epoxy, or both. I have been very lucky and never had a reaction to any resin, even the cheap ass ones. And don't ask me why, because, you know, I do have lupus and it can do crazy things to you, but if you see my skin is, you know, not looking good, it has nothing to do with resin. It's because of my lupus. My lupus attacks my skin. It's the one organ that it loves to attack on me. So if I don't have my infusions, like when I broke my ankle, my skin will get bad, and I will claw at it and scratch it and make it worse. Yes, I know I'm making it worse by scratching, but you don't understand how bad that really really, really itches. And it's not intentional. A lot of it I do in the middle of the night. And I wake up with, you know, I've woken up several times with, you know, blood all over my sheets and everything because I have been digging at my skin. These are also INTORESIN molds. These are the water ripple pendants. So let's see. My lupus likes my skin, my mouth, my teeth. It also likes my vocal cords, which is why when my voice starts getting really bad, my voice has changed over the years. I used to sing, I used to do karaoke. I've won karaoke contests, but I can't even, I actually can no longer normally even make it through a song on karaoke because my voice will just start giving out because my lupus has just destroyed my vocal cords. I mean, even if I'm on the phone with somebody for any length of time, they will start to hear my voice crackling because my vocal cords have been so damaged by my lupus. The most I've ever gone without a voice is 3 months. I don't need this one. 3 months. Absolutely no voice. All right, I'm gonna put these over here to the side real quick. Oh, you know what? I forgot this guy. Maybe we can do the last one. Let me bring him back. Let's see. I'll just make a clear one if I can get enough resin out of here. If not, I'll let him shear and then I'll just add to it, which looks like what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to let him cure with everything else, and then I will add, next time I pour, I'll just add a little bit to him. Okay, hang on, because we're going to get out this. I haven't even opened the box yet, so put this over here. Okay, let's see. I'm sure this is a box within a box, so maybe not. Yep, it's a box within a box. Okay. grab it out of here. It would have fit in a box half the size. Typical Amazon. Hang on, I got an issue over here and I don't know why. All of a sudden my bolt mold was all wasn't leaking, it just like all went to one end. Okay, I'm gonna let that settle again. Okay, so it is called Osbang, O-S-B-A-N-G. Obviously, I'm not going to try it right now because I don't have any resin mixed up, but let's see. So this is the bowl part. And this is the top. And then we have the cord. This one just has, the power button has 360 seconds or 600 seconds and a release button. That's all. Let's see what the book says. Smart bubble removal machine. Function. When the display is turned on, it will say 000, indicates that it has entered standby mode. On off option 000 seconds, 360 or 600. Release, short press the button for 30 seconds to count down. There will be a beep sound to indicate that it's done. If there is no operation for 10 minutes, the screen will automatically turn off. Short press the button to wake it up. Open the lid and put the mixed glue into the bucket, which can hold 4 cups at one time. And I'm assuming they're talking about this kind of cup, because that's what it looks like. So how do you get, not 4 of these cups. So yeah, it looks as if you can only fit 2 of these in here. there is no way to fit 3, let alone 4. So they have to be really small cups, because these are the 8-ounce cups, so it takes less than an 8-ounce cup, and I don't have anything less other than these little 4-ounce cups. Yeah, it'll take 4 of those cups. It won't take any more than that. So it takes 2 8-ounce cups or 4 4-ounce cups. Check the sealing ring of the upper lid to ensure there are no foreign objects on it. Close the lid onto the bucket as shown in the picture. Connect the power supply cord. The display will show 000 entering standby mode. Press and hold the power button once for 360, and it'll stop after 0. Check if the bubbles have been completely removed. If there are any air bubbles, can be evacuated by pressing the key again. Short press the release button to start, to release. After exhaust, open the lid and remove the cup to complete the defoaming process. Okay, so Osbane, I mean, it's a small one, which, you know, is fine because I don't have room for a vacuum chamber or a huge debubbler. But we'll try it. We'll give it a whirl. You know, like I said, it might be a little hard for me to judge considering I don't usually get bubbles with Bond Craftor. But why in the world all of a sudden do you look like this? I don't know, but I will figure it out. Okay, guys, I am going to let you go, and we will see you on the demold side. Okay. Back. Well, I just had to report a delivery driver for Amazon. She actually came up and threw my packages at my door. Didn't bother walking up the steps. And when I opened up the door, she was a little shocked. And I said, "Oh, nice throw." And she started laughing. And I said, "Too bad if there was something breakable in there, huh?" And she says, "I slid them." I said, "You didn't even bother to walk up the steps." And so I just reported her. I have never had a delivery driver do that. Never. All right, but we're here for the demold. So let's do it. First, here's this little INTORESIN water ripple pendant. It's just got a slight orange cast in the background because it was mostly clear. So there's that one. That's the smaller one. Here's the bigger one. This one was done with all orange. So there you go. There's that one. Next we'll do this little skull. He's all orange. He's this one can be a little tiff. You got to get the head part out first. Sorry if I'm out of camera. There we go. There's the skull. These sell like hotcakes at my shows. They like the little skulls. Here is a little turtle. He was the orange. He was done with the leftover orange. Ooh, a little overpour right there, but there he is. Little one. Here's his twin over here. This one's got some overpour on it. Let's see. There we go. Oh, a little bit here too. I like to take off as much of the overpour as I can while it's still in the mold. Nice. Little on the back feet that I need to take off, but we'll do that with a deburring tool. So there's the twin. Here's the little bitties. We have two brown ones, like that. Like that. I love these little ones. They make really nice little pendants. There's the orange. And the other orange one. No bubbles in anything. Typical bond crafter. Here's the little bottle. This is one I'm planning to make a mold out of. I poured one the other day also. So I'm gonna try and make a couple molds. I'm gonna put rhinestones on it and then mold it. So there's that. We have the INTORESIN turtle mold. He had some brown, some orange. I love this turtle. He just sparkles. There's that one. This is also INTORESIN molds. These are little animals. Nice. Here's the brown one. This one is a little chick. And no bubbles. These make cute little keychains. This one is the cat. No bubbles. Then we have the two orange ones. Kind of got to pull the sides away from the resin. This one is the what? Oh, there. Okay. The pig, I believe. I think that's a pig. And then the other orange one, I think is a bear. Yeah, little bear. So there's that. Then we'll do the brain that I poured for the next skull. Poured this in orange. I haven't done an orange brain yet, so there we go. I'll trim that up before I put him in a skull. Let's do this one because those two are a little more difficult to get out. This is that bowl. Turn this mold back. There we go. There's the bowl. That's the bronze and orange. It's pretty. Okay, now for the two hard ones. I'm going to kind of get things out of the way here because the last time I demolded a skull, it went flying. This is the clear one with the blue, blue brain. Now these are easier to get out if you can pull this away and spray some alcohol in there. And then what you want to do is, you can see there's a bubble in there. That's the alcohol, and you want to move that. See how that big section just release suction? That's what you want to do. You want to make sure you can get it all the way to the top. Then pull from the back. And there we go. So yeah, this was the brain that was blue and black. So there you go, there's that skull. I love these with the brain. They're so cool looking. Now, this one doesn't have a brain, it's just a plain skull. It was the bronze and the orange together. Same thing you need to do here. This is the same mold. One just came with a brain and one didn't. But they're the exact same mold. I was happy to have a second mold because they are popular. That little skull is popular. These big ones are popular too. I mean, get this alcohol up in here, move it to the top so it can release that suction. I may not have gotten enough in this side because I can't get the bubble to move. Yeah, let's spray a little more in this side. I'm running low on alcohol. I have some coming. Okay. So this one I'm going to pull from the front because it feels like the front got more alcohol in it this time. And there's suction right there. Let's get that alcohol. Let me try pulling from the back like I normally do. Let's see if I can get the back of the head out. Sorry, the camera's moving because I'm trying to stay in camera and pull this skull out. If I can get one more roll. One more. There we go. I think I got him now. There. He hasn't been released. And there we go. Look at how it looks like it's a partial brain right here. It's where that bronze color settled at the top. And he doesn't even have a brain. But look how beautiful he is. No bubbles, nice and smooth. Both these guys. That's why I love Bond Craftor so much. But yeah, look at that. Looks like he has a brain almost. At least a little bit of one. But okay guys, that's the demold for today. And like I said, I will pour probably a couple more of these skulls because they're easy for cleanup. I just need to take the deburring tool around and make sure that it's nice and smooth on the bottom. So those are easy to get ready. These jewelry pieces take a lot longer to get ready. So this is probably all I will be pouring. This and maybe like a couple of these bowls because this is a new mold. I might get the bigger one. The bigger one sitting up there, I might even pour one. But it's gonna, if I pour any more for the show, it's gonna be easy stuff to clean up like this, where you're just deburring it. Same thing with my skulls, because I need to spend the next almost 2 weeks. This craft convention starts on the 10th, where I already ended at the end of March. So yeah, I need to get my button gear and get everything ready to go. But I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for all notifications so you know when I have a new video, and for further engagement. Until then, see you.